It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another edition of the Greg Cherry Show. Greg Cherry, of course, joined alongside the one and only Jeff Meacham, the four-time WTC champion, the former Jack of all trades champion, the longest reigning Jack of all trades champion. But Matty Laws is tearing it up over on that side of the thing. He barely escaped. You're muted, by the way. He barely escaped with his championship on the last episode, nearly losing it to either Nico Rigoli or Cher Delaware. And that was quite the episode, if I may say so myself.
Yes. Check it out on demand if you haven't seen that yet. It's good shit, pal.
It really is. I've noticed I've sent out invites to a lot of people to be on the next Jack of all trades. I do have 3 confirmed. Obviously the champion, and I have 2 more. But I'm looking to fill that 4th and final spot. Waiting to hear back from a couple people. So hopefully I'll be able to give you a match announcement. Well, I'll give you a match announcement the Monday before. I'm pretty good with that.
As we do.
Yeah, as we do. But in case you missed us last week, we started a new incentive for donations to the channel for the month of June. And here's the link. It is in the description of both channels. Should be the top comment. Should be in the description of the show as well. If we reach $150 throughout the month of June, that's really it. And it can happen during the Greg Cherry Show. It can happen during Jack of all trades. If you want to donate when the show isn't even on the air, I will count it towards the goal. But you have to donate. And if that happens, we're going to get something that I would like to call the Greg Cherry Show Spintacular, where there will be an entire episode which will be nothing but wheel spins. No laws, no talk about anything else. I'm just going to spin the wheel, and we're going to go nuts.
Yeah, pretty much. I love it. I love it. And I did botch the name of the show when I was promoting the Disneyland Monday, but I was a little distracted, to say the very least. So it's one of those things.
So if you want to donate, the link is right there. Please do so. It helps support the channel. It makes us want to produce more great content for Allians. And you got us to the egg goal. You got us to the egg goal for 100. Let's bump it up just slightly for the 150 and see if we can't get the Spintacular to happen. I want to do that because I could be giving away multiple free title shots at the WTC title. Can you imagine that? I could be gifting like 5 people title shots if it lands on
that fact is not lost on me. It kind of frightens me as inaugural champion, the guy who kind of set the tone for that in the first place. I'm a little worried it's going to be completely just maligned with challengers left and right. I'm a little scared for you. Well, okay, I'm a little scared for the title. If it's anybody else but you, I'd be petrified. But I know better.
Yeah.
So there is that.
I mean, you never know. Like, it could be one of those surprise challenges that come out of nowhere and walk away. Because I mean, if they show up in the chat on that Thursday, July 7th, and like they could be a first-time watcher, and they could be getting a title shot. Yeah,
it's gonna be a pretty cool afternoon for the fans at large. And I'm showing up way too much in my office right now. That's cool. Okay, we're gonna do that. So now you're getting that show with the potential to be the next in line to challenge the Juggernaut here. But right before we go on, I'm going to be on with a special ranking of every member to wear the white, the red, the silver. I think there was purple polka dots at one point. I'm not sure about that, though. Of the NWO in the last 26 years. So, on the anniversary, of course, of the original Bash to the Beach. So that's why we're doing that day. So, and the only reason we're going to do the Greg Cherry Show that day is because you're going to beat the Pirates game the day before, because clearly you are a glutton for punishment, sir.
Hey, I'm a Yankees fan, so that's why.
Oh, the Southern fan, the Yankees.
The Yankees are coming to town.
Okay.
So obviously, I want to go see that.
That makes enough sense where I can just like he's going to a Pirates game on purpose. I didn't realize. I remember it was the Yankees. Okay, that makes more sense to me now.
So yeah, I'll be decked out in the pinstripes, and the wife will be wearing black and gold. So that'll be fun.
And of course, this comes from the guy who, my team down at Chavez Ravine got swept. Yes, the Dodgers got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates in Los Angeles, no less.
That's something. I mean, the Pirates have been on a little bit of a, I don't want to say a hot streak, but they've done pretty well for themselves.
Definitely,
They've won like eight or nine out of their last 12, I think. They might have lost to who did they play today? Statboy would know. He's keeping track of all the MLB.
And not only that, the Yankees are number one in the American League right now, so they're also cooking with gas. As
they should be number one in all of baseball.
They may be in baseball. I'm not sure. I'll have to. And again, a 7-game winning streak. So there you go. It's Yankees are tearing it up as the Yankees often do. Before we get too far into the weeds of the show, because we do have our usual Greg Cherry Show format, I got to say something. I've been bottling this up for a while, and I really wasn't going to say anything about what happened this last weekend, but it keeps happening with this place, and then I go to a different place with a similar theme, shall we say, and I felt inspired, Greg. I really did. I felt inspired by a voice from the past, and it's very much like what happened with Rick Rude, because what a difference in 24 hours presented to me. We all have our moments where we get to go on here and talk about the rights and the wrongs of the world. Well, I want to talk about the rights and the wrongs of theme park operations for just a second here, if I may. What's wrong in the world of theme park operations is a company like Six Flags continuing to not answer phone calls, not answer emails, or any sort of communication at any level. I'm talking about at the Magic Mountain level here locally, at the corporate level in Texas. They never answer the phone calls at all. It's terrible. What's wrong with operations of theme parks in this world is allowing a guest, a customer of your park, a glimmer of hope that you might actually do something right and get it done with consistency, and then leave them at lost and found for 15 minutes in the heat while you bring something that was already supposed to be there when you get there back to the owner. But on the other hand, what's right with the world of theme park operations is for Disneyland to remind a longtime loyalist why they are number one. What's right with the world of theme park operations is for a theme park, a corporation, to see that their guest is suffering, their guest is having trouble with basic cognitive operations. He probably shouldn't have been there in the first place, and going out of their way to make sure that guest is comfortable, that guest is getting from point A to point B securely and safely. And what is right with the world of theme park operations is for good old JM to tear a new giant butthole into Six Flags. You guys suck. And the only reason I haven't sworn at you on the phone and completely cussed you jerks out is because my son loves your park. But get your shit together. Because I sat over there at that damn park for an hour to get a phone that I was told was already waiting for me when I got to Lost and Found. Yet I go to the competition the next day and had the single best time I've ever had in that place on a day where my family wasn't with me. Kiss my ass, Six Flags. Disneyland, indeed for life. All right, there we go. I'm good.
Well, on that note, let's completely shift the tone of this.
Yes.
Because, as you can see in the chat, Brett Storm is with us because he's
Yay!
off. And guess what Brett did?
I'm going to guess he donated, because that's what Brett do.
That's what Brett do, and that's what Brett did, because
Brett doing
we're
Brett
getting
things.
ourselves 2 spins of the wheel.
Two spins.
He wants the spintacular to happen just like Dwayne Atkinson.
Hey, you know what? The fact that both those guys should be in line for shots anytime they so ask for it. It's like, Jesus. Money all the time. I love those two.
Money. All right,
That's it.
Here we go.
Refs chant red. Damn straight, Mikey. Don't you forget it.
All right, so here we go. We are pulling this up.
It's the wheel. Dun, da, da, da.
Wheel of shit.
Greg's likely misfortune.
Well, it depends on what it lands on.
Right. Well, it's not wheel of host of current Wheel of Fortune, because I have to break the wheel in pieces if it was that asshole. Anyway.
So they're bringing, unrelated, well, kind of related. They're bringing like a Wheel of Fortune stage show to Erie in October.
Really?
And I really want to go to that because you can actually win like cash prize.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to talk Jen into going to it. I might just, hey, if we get enough money, maybe I'll just buy the tickets.
Sounds good to me. I'd be down to watch that if nothing else.
Well, I don't think it's like available for like streaming purposes. Like it's like
you film it while you're there.
If I can, if I'm not allowed to film
Content, brother, content.
Copyright stuff. Anyway,
curse all the copyrights.
Yeah, it is. All right, so Brett here's your first spin. Let's see what happens with it. Stop.
Oh no! Oh, what we get? Okay.
20 jumping jacks. It got way too damn close. Way too.
I had to blow the screen so I could see what it was doing. I couldn't see it.
Oh, I could see it. Okay, so 20 jumping jacks is the first one. Here's the second one.
Okay.
I still have to sweat over this one.
Oh, of course.
Past one. And an entrance. All right.
Always the physicality with this one.
Yes. 20 jumping jacks and an entrance. That ain't nothing. So Brett, let me know what entrance you want me to do, and I'll do that. And we are ever closer to our goal of hitting the $150 for the Spintacular, which if you basically when the Spintacular happens, you show up and you ask for a shot. I'm gonna make like guidelines for it because
of course.
Because you can't ask for like 12 spins and not give anybody else a chance. So
no, you have to wait your turn first for your first one.
I may make an option like, hey, if you want to jump the line, then you can donate. But
there you go. I like that.
Yeah, but it'll be first come, first serve, and we'll try to get through as many as we can.
It's like a buffet. Get in line.
So, Brett, let me know what entrance you want me to do. Oh, you jag. All right.
What do you do?
So he's making me do push-ups too, technically, because of Jack Swagger doing the push-ups during his entrance.
Damn.
Okay.
He's wrong for that.
He is a little bit.
That's tremendous. Oh.
See if I have enough room here. I might not have enough room.
I'm gonna say it seems like your body honest thing will be challenged here.
If I go diagonal, I can probably.
Oh, there you go.
There's gonna be a loud thud if I don't answer.
Jesus.
All the paramedics. All right, so the jumping jacks first. You need that.
Josh is determined to get this discussion about breakfast food going here.
Oh, trust me, we're going to.
Oh yeah.
Because that almost led to some discourse through Messenger earlier.
Oh yeah. It was almost a really bad thing here this morning.
All right, here we go. 20 jumping jacks as soon as the ads are done.
Yes.
Probably not loud.
And also to everybody who DM'd me in the last almost 48 hours now, thank you. I will provide information of what happened yesterday and why there was no show once we're at that point of the show where we're doing plugs.
All right. 20 jumping jacks. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Ooh, Josh is getting testy with his comments here. Interesting. Well, it looks like the way I'm looking at the screen, I'm actually looking at you. It's kind of funny how I set this up.
Hey, at least it's not 100 of these.
No, God, that would be.
All right.
And at least you're inside in the somewhat cool because I know you had the fan blowing before we went on the air. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah, the freaking summer didn't bother wasting time showing up after lack of spring. It feels like we went right from winter to here's a couple days of 70, and then let's go ahead and crank it up a bit. Jack off. Yes. Mother Nature's a bitch. There you go. Oh man, tremendous. Oh man, he dropped. Jesus. There you go.
Huh. Thank God it's only 3.
Right?
Huh.
Uh,
All right.
questions coming into plenty. Remember, we always do the Q&A at the very end of the Greg Cherry Show. Keep that in mind. But we're saving the questions. Just keep that in mind.
Whew.
All right. So there's your 2 spins. That's 20 ducks. 20 ducks. Wow. Okay, Jeff.
20 ducks.
Yeah, 20 ducks. Well, makes up for the duck I didn't see Monday. It's the only one of the half I didn't see Monday. I didn't see Donald Duck on Monday. So
Yeah, there you go. All right. So we are going to get into maybe one of the most heated discussions we've ever had.
Yeah. All right.
It's going to get toasty in here because we're talking about Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's your show, but I will take the lead.
Okay,
Because
go ahead.
you put a haha out there about Sean Ross Sapp dissing Strawberry Pop-Tarts. And I jokingly back to you that, nah, man, Sean Ross Sapp does all these things that people get pissed off at him. Now I'm mad at Sean for dissing on Strawberry Pop-Tarts. And then you co-sign. I was like, all right, wait a minute. What about Frosted?
We didn't actually say that, but
I know. But you put it out there, and then you admitted it was your own doing. So, and then I asked, okay, what about Frosted? And I said what I said. It's like, all right, Muckerfeller.
see, first of all, who likes unfrosted Pop-Tarts?
Well, there are people who actually eat unfrosted Pop-Tarts. I'm not one of them because I do have some sanity left up here. Not by much, but close.
I mean, I ate unfrosted Pop-Tarts at one time when I was 7.
Yeah, well, yeah, that goes without saying.
But yeah, the frosted are way better.
Yes.
But the strawberry flavor for me, it doesn't work for me.
Oh,
I feel like there are better fruit flavors.
oh. There are so many good flavors of Pop-Tarts. I've just always been the strawberry guy, which is funny because I don't like strawberries as a rule.
Which is weird because I do like strawberries.
See, it must be the complete inauthentic nature of the Pop-Tart and the fruit filling. It's not actually fruit that makes it better for me because I don't like fruit as a rule. I like some forms of fruit, just not strawberries. I think it's too tart. But yeah, strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts. Shoot, my sister leaves those in stock in her pantry in the garage just because she knows I come over.
Yeah.
So I'm Mitten Ding. Hello, what do you want? Okay.
So if I had to pick a favorite flavor of Pop-Tart, and this is not just because it's the namesake, but cherry. I like the cherry Pop-Tarts.
See, I don't like cherries as a rule, but I actually do enjoy the cherry Pop-Tarts. I do enjoy the cherry Pop-Tarts, but they're not my favorite at all. And honestly, this is where who eats unfrosted? I actually don't mind the unfrosted cherry as opposed to the frosted.
I didn't even know there were unfrosted cherries, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just but I can tell you, I've had a few that I don't like. I'm not a fan of the brown sugar ones. I know people that love those. Yeah. Again, you would think as big as I am and as much crap as I eat, I would be all over the brown sugar. I don't like brown sugar, period. Like just not my glass of whiskey.
We're dropping the hot takes tonight.
Yeah, it's again, if it's like baked into something, like I know when I was over there with you guys, your wife is one of the most amazing baking cookie people in the history of the universe. So I'm sure I had some sort of brown sugar something along the way there.
That we can agree on.
But yeah, in and of itself, like brown sugar Pop-Tarts, brown sugar, like no.
Man, that like hurts me. Like brown sugar cinnamon are one of my favorites. They're like a staple in this house.
Yeah, see, cinnamon. I've made my point about cinnamon as far as most things. I'm not a fan of the nature, the nature that makes it, like not hot, but like fire or whatever. Just I don't like that stuff. So just cinnamon, pretty much anything needs to be diluted. The only way I'll drink Fireball at this point or any sort of cinnamon whiskey is a friend of mine who just got married recently actually combined it with hard apple cider, the bottled apple orchard stuff. Oh my god, that's good stuff. Just trying to think. And again, having a sister with 2 younger kids, there's Pop-Tarts everywhere. If I don't see strawberry, I make it a point to look for anything else before I I'll have this Pop-Tart instead. I'm picky. What can I say? Fireball for the win. No, Josh, bad Josh. Let's see what we got here.
So if I had to name my favorite Pop-Tart of all time no longer exists. Like they took it away a few years ago. It's the vanilla chocolate cream Pop Tarts.
Oh, okay. Never had that one, but
they're similar to the cookies and cream, but they're better, if that makes sense. Those are my favorite ones of all time. My current favorite one, I would probably have to say either chocolate fudge or s'mores. Like those are, and from like I'm a s'mores guy anyway, just in general. So s'mores Pop Tarts are naturally on the top of that list.
So I dislike s'mores, and hang on, only because I had a very bad experience with marshmallows as a kid. I don't know if anybody, you guys are old enough to remember the whole chubby bunny game in school where you use as many as you can in your mouth at one time, marshmallows, to see how many you can cram in there without making yourself sick or gag or whatever. Yeah, I did that and got sick, and it's very much like Mick Foley's story about the Reuben sandwich in his first book. I can't get around them now without the muscle memory. I get violently ill around marshmallows.
I mean that makes sense more so than you just straight up not liking them. But like I eat all different kinds of s'mores, like the traditional with the Hershey's chocolate.
Oh, there you go.
With Reese's cups. My personal favorite, Milky Ways. They are really good with s'mores. And
I liked, you know, I'm sorry, I'm thinking Milk Duds, not Milky Ways. Milky Ways are actually pretty good. If you could call it s'mores without actually having marshmallow in it, pretty much anything between the graham crackers, I'm good to go. So it's just the marshmallow aspect makes me just. But yeah, Pop Tarts, strawberry or bust for me, and I know the chat room's lighting me up for that one, but well.
So about fruit flavors, you mentioned strawberry.
Yes.
I've actually started eating the blueberry Pop Tarts. I was never really a blueberry person growing up, but
okay.
I like them. And they just brought back grape, which I really enjoyed.
Really? I didn't know they made grape in the first place.
Yeah, they made them a few years ago and took them away, and they just reintroduced them like a couple weeks ago.
It's like the freaking McRib. They bring it back every so often and make people foam at the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I have a box of grape Pop Tarts downstairs. Well, half of
there you
go. But yeah, those are some of my favorites. I never got the hype with the strawberry though. Like I never did.
Oh,
and this is somebody who's been eating Pop Tarts for nearly 30 years of his life. I never got the hype behind strawberries.
I love them, and it's by the way, we also talked about this. I'll actually eat the frosted ones untoasted.
I mean, I do that all the time, so that's nothing new for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's as well as for me. It's really based on proximity to the kitchen. My sister's house, I got to walk all the way to the garage and then all the way back. Nope, right here. Not walking back to the toaster. Hell with it. Just gonna eat them right here.
Yeah, so when I did trivia Friday night, I actually grabbed a pack of Pop Tarts, just brought it up here and ate. I was eating it on the air.
I'm the host. I don't give a shit.
Well, I wasn't hosting. Like I was doing one of the ones for Combat Wrestling Trivia.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah.
You want Greg Cherry? You get the Pop Tarts. That's right.
Exactly. Chocolate fudge.
The package deal, bitches.
It's a good package.
As long as you eat the package, you're eating so fast. That's okay. That's some Jeff shit. Anyway.
I think we need more heated discussions like this. We
do. Oh, here we go. Here's one in the chat room. Let's go Celtics, baby. I know you're in Boston, James, but no, the Celtics.
You're not. No, you're not going to see me root for any Boston team.
No.
Okay, let me.
Wrong show,
I like watching NFL highlights, and Lord knows, and everybody who watches this show knows my absolute love for the New England Patriots. I have to say the play where the right guard Dan Connolly returned a kickoff almost for a touchdown.
That was slick.
As much as I hate the Patriots, that was awesome.
That was pretty good.
It was cool.
That was but yeah, pretty much.
You don't like New England, but it's kind of a cool moment for the dude.
But yeah, two things against the Celtics. Number one, they're a Boston team, so right away that's all Aaron Leonard. Okay, not going to break it down for the shares just in Boston. Number two, Lakers guy, I live in LA, not going to like the Boston Celtics. But I've also been very much like freaking NorCal basketball. Freaking Warriors are. It's like I don't like them either, but if it comes down to it, I'm still going to go, if nothing else, for state pride. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with freaking Boston losing to the Golden State Warriors. Let's see. Kevin, I like the McRib. I do not like the Shamrock Shake. Never been a fan of that.
See, I'm the opposite. Like the McRib is okay.
Yeah,
I think it's a little overrated, honestly.
Oh, I will agree with that. I like it. I don't like sit there and go, is it back? Is it back? Is it back? Is it back?
Yeah, and the Shamrock Shake is pretty good, but I think their chocolate's better. Like their regular chocolate shake is better.
McDonald's regular chocolate shakes are highly, highly underrated. When you got, especially where mine is here, there, Cold Stone's right next door. We used to have a Baskin Robbins right across the street. It's just, the shakes were those basic chocolate shakes at McDonald's, and then Jack in the Box is like a half block away with their Oreo shakes. Like, thank you, there's the business there. But chocolate shake at McDonald's, for the price, not a bad way to go if you're in a pinch for a dessert fix.
Yeah. And yes, Brett, I was eating Pop-Tarts like right at the beginning of the Lights Out match.
Tremendous.
Like, when JB3 was introducing all of us, I was housing chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts.
So not only is he eating Pop-Tarts on Combat, he's also given his own top 10 list of the Quizzlemania, and it's still pinned in his Twitter if you haven't seen it. That shit's awesome. So go check that shit out.
Hey, I'm going to brag about it. 2 years ago, I never thought I'd be on the show, and here
very true.
March 2022, and it happened. So yeah, I'm going to leave it up there. Of course I am.
I like Mr. Yuck's question, so we'll go ahead and actually it's here. I know it's not Q&A yet, but it's kind of tied into what we're talking about. I
mean, we might as well jump into the Q&A. Like
we can just say lots off. That's fine. That's always a tremendous segment anyway. Okay, so this is a wrong time to ask this because the last 2.5 years of pandemic hell, but because I said it in your show yet. I probably have. I've said it every freaking where. In the 2.5 years now since this whole lockdown started, and we've gone through various stages of it or whatever. Between ordering delivery food, and I'm talking about pizza, DoorDash, anything, between going through drive-through and even going inside to get the food my damn self, I've had exactly one fast food order not be screwed up in one way or another in 2.5 years. So let me try to rack my pre-pandemic brain for the correct answer to what he's asking. Honestly, I can't remember where it was now, but at one point we went to, I want to say it was Burger King before they really revamped their chicken nuggets, because we got home, because Burger King wasn't that far at the time. I've been into this thing. It was so raw pink on the inside. I swore it clucked at me when I bit it. Like, here's some chicken nuggets with a side of salmonella for Christmas. Like, what the shit? That was the worst fast food by far for me.
All you need is Gordon Ramsay making a raw joke,
right? Seriously,
this is so raw. It should be on Monday nights.
There you
go. You piss off.
And I don't recall having sheets, but if I did, I'm sorry when I was out there. But
you had sheets like before we got to the house.
Okay, so that was during the long road home.
Yeah,
that's why I don't remember. Oh, a long night. Burger King is still the best fast food, and I lament that we only have one out here locally now. So basically, the distance between your place to, I want to say the Pittsburgh airport, is roughly the size of Santa Cruz, maybe a little bit smaller. That's one cool. Burger King, the whole city now.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's over off the freaking freeway on the other side, like out past just before Magic Mountain. So it's
funny Burger King story. When Jen, Travis, and I went to WrestleMania 28, we went to Burger King and they were out of burgers.
King. Oh yeah. Okay,
the kingdom got overthrown.
Yeah. So the worst was the chicken, the chicken that bit back at us. But during this last 2.5 years, we went to KFC. Greg, hand to God, they were out of chicken. Kentucky Fried.
Yeah.
Like they had pot pies with the little chicken pieces, but the actual fried chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, chicken the bucket, no chicken. I'm like, I understand supply dealers being limited during this shit, but if KFC doesn't have chicken, we need to call the police or something. Yeah, and Burger King with no burgers.
But, that was the first time we ever tried one of the Coke Freestyle machines because they were around the area.
Those are tremendous.
So Brett decided he wanted to donate again.
All right. Brett's with the...
So Brett wants another title shot. He really wants that title shot. He might get us to the Spintacular by himself at this rate.
Yes. And Kevin, I understand that chicken tenders now Burger King. They also have, for my money, the best chicken nuggets in fast food, even better than Wendy's, and that's a pretty bold claim for me. It was a chicken nuggets order that did me in and almost gave me chicken pox.
Yeah, I liked when Burger King had like the king-shaped ones.
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
Shaped.
Yep.
Yeah, the crown-shaped nuggets I thought were better than what they have now, in my opinion.
And again, I don't remember how it was far enough back where I remember I was still living with my sister in Long Beach when I discovered their newly designed chicken nuggets, and I still think those are amazing. So,
Brett has asked for another spin, and we're going to give it to him right now. Let's see what he gets.
Oh man, a freaking bone in a chicken nugget at McDonald's. That's messed up, Daniel. Jesus. And we have...
You're going to have some...
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. All right, so I say we... let's see. Should we do the state laws like this, or should we keep answering the fast food comments? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should talk about the weird laws of Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota. Macho Man worked there quite a bit there with the WCW. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of
Minneapolis to America, the Mall of America. Yeah, first Nitro. Dig it.
Yeah, Mall of America.
Up in Northern
Here are the weird laws of the state of Minnesota. Yeah, no Super Bowls for them. No, sir.
No Super Bowls for them. No. Plus, it's awful cold there. You never know if the roof's going to work. Yeah.
In Minnesota, it is illegal to tease skunks.
I would hope so. You get the skunks pissed off, they're going to spray you. Not so cool. Yeah. Little bit of a stink problem. Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those. It's better to be pissed off than pissed on. That's definitely true for them. Yeah.
Get a skunk piss on you, you're going to be cleaning it off for life. You know what I'm talking about there.
Also in Minnesota, women may face up to 30 days in jail if they impersonate Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Can't have the women doing the Mr. Claus thing. They're Mrs. Claus. Yeah.
In this day and age, you never know.
Hey, you know what? To each their own. They got to do you, but you want to face the 30 days. You got to do the time if you want to commit the crime. Yeah. Cream of the crop.
Next one. It is illegal to stand around any building without a good reason to be there. That's a long way to say no loitering. Yeah.
It's going to say, just say what you mean and mean what you say. Dig it.
Also in Minnesota, a person may not cross state lines with a duck atop his head. Yeah. You need to get one of those Macho Man hats. Yeah. You won't hear any quacking there. Yeah.
Also, I thought you said dog. A duck is even a little, even though the only way you have a dog in your head is if it's a chihuahua. If a chihuahua's on your head, it may be causing a problem up there with the stink. We go back to the skunk problem. But a duck, well, if you're in Minnesota, maybe a Mighty Ducks. That's okay. You can win state championships with it. Yeah.
Also in Minnesota, citizens may not enter Wisconsin with a chicken on their head. I got a question. How many people in Minnesota got to wear animals on their heads? Yeah. It seems like it's a crazy backwards place. Yeah. You wanna talk about a zoo? Yeah, Minnesota Zoo. It's gonna look like an outbreak. Everybody's got them on their head. Yeah.
Got a little bit of a dilemma right now. Check this out. Wisconsin, you can't enter wearing a chicken on your head, but you're allowed to be a cheesehead in Wisconsin? Makes no sense. Don't understand what's happening right now.
Unfortunately for cheese, it's not a living animal. Yeah, it's a
but when it came from a cow, which means it was alive at one time. Yeah.
Right in, where are we looking at here? Let's talk Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mall of America, get nitro. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Minneapolis. Red cars may not drive down Lake Street.
That's discrimination against red cars. I ain't about that. No.
Also in Minneapolis, double parkers can be put on a chain gang.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the John Cena chain gang.
No,
Be a man, Hogan. Yeah. That's put on the chain gang. Yeah, he'd want to park in 2 spots. Yeah, you better put 2 cuffs around those feet. Yeah.
Trouble is, he double parking man up in the pile driver video, and then Coco Beware will be upstaging you. People are going, what the hell is he talking about?
Anybody just joining the show has no idea what the hell's going
seriously,
on.
They're turning at 4:30 going, what in the hell?
Although, to be fair, that's kind of the vibe I want to get with this show. If people just tune in the middle, you have no idea what the hell's going on, and that's exactly where we want you.
Seriously, this is not one of those things you can tune in halfway through and understand what is happening. You got to catch us at 7 or bust, kids. Yeah. Oh, anyway, all right. I can't do Randy's voice anymore. I love Randy. God damn it, I miss him, but I can't do it anymore. Go ahead.
I'll finish off the laws in our normal voice.
Okay.
In St. Cloud, Minnesota, hamburgers may not be eaten on Sundays.
What?
What the hell?
What kind of bass-ackwards city is that? You can't have hamburgers?
I've got some questions about How I Met Your Mother now, because there was an episode.
Thank you!
There was an episode where Marshall was cooking hamburgers. If you've never seen the show, I don't want to spoil it, but he was cooking hamburgers in the backyard. So, and that's in St. Cloud. So, and there was a Packers game on. So that had to have been a Sunday game. Had to have been a Sunday game. That's all I'm saying. Because it was in January. So there's no playoff games on Mondays in January.
Could have been a Thursday game.
For the playoffs?
Okay, January playoff. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, it's Saturday and Sunday for the playoffs.
Minnesota
if it was Saturday,
not good.
But there's holes in your story. How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
Of course, there was a hole in the story for the finale. But
I was going to say the fact that
that's a rant in and of itself. Travis and I talked about that. Like, he literally called me after he watched the finale, and we were on the phone for an hour talking about how bad the finale was.
I actually didn't watch the show. I'm not going to lie, but I tried to binge watch the important stuff that I watched. I'm like, wow, there was a lot of left on that table, man. And this whole How I Met Your Mother thing, it's like, no, I need more definitive finish the other one first. Thank you.
Hey, How I Met Your Father's good, but that's also
is it okay?
Hey, I also have a massive crush on Hilary Duff, so
as you should.
I should. Let's look for the last one here.
Best macho time there's ever been. Well, thank you, Brad. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here. But before you get on the next law, here, we'll go ahead and do Daniel Singh, because I can do this. What the hell? Or are you eating peanut? Oh, my God. What's wrong with you people?
Final law before we get into the Q&A.
Yes.
In Hibbing, Minnesota.
Okay.
It shall be the duty of any policeman or any other officer to enforce the provisions of this section. And if any cat is found running at large, or which is found in any street, alley, or public place, it shall be the duty of any policeman or other officer of the city to kill such cat.
Jesus. That's a little vicious.
Yeah. Minnesota does not like their felines.
That's right. Well, much like I said over the weekend, we were talking about the pay-per-views. There's nothing worse, including in Minnesota, apparently, than wayward pussy. All right, so we'll go ahead and move right along, and that's it. I've got the face palm from Noah and Greg in the same week. My job is done. Thank you very much. Over the same word, no less.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Over the same word, no less. I am proud of my damn self. All right, anyway.
Oh, crying out loud.
Let's see. Questions. Let's see. Oh, Lord.
Oh, by the way, you can still donate. We're a third of the way. We're 33 and a third % of the way to the goal. So
33 and a third. No Steiner math here. No.
So if you want to continue donating, we're going to go through the Q&A. We're going to end a couple minutes early just because there's a battle royal on Dynamite, and you guys know me. I'm a battle royal guy. Yes. And apparently the Joker's going to enter first.
Well, hell.
So we got to find out who that is.
I'll have to catch up before we go to dinner because we're actually celebrating Dylan's promotion from middle school tonight over at the Outback Steakhouse. So we'll have to do that. I'll have to watch that battle royal start before we leave. Let's see. So, let's get some questions going on. There we go. Question. Okay, so Greg and I have both been to an AEW event. We've actually both been to Dynamite at this point. So, fun, loud pyrotechnics. Tony hopefully being sober. Because he sure wasn't in Vegas, but he was. He's actually a good boy on Wednesday.
I should ask you, since you were there for it, thoughts on the MJF promo?
Oh my God! Okay, I totally forgot I wasn't on last week live or anything. I totally forgot about that shit. Okay, I loved it. I really did, and people were mad and pissing on me for being there for both the pipe bomb from Punk and now Max's the other night. Luckiest dude in the world. What can I say? I said it in the moment. That's the only tweet I put out all night. Work or shoot, Max is a made man. 100% a made man now. And he spoke from the heart. Without getting too inside baseball, I had people next to me that were just obnoxiously chanting, Vince Russo's right. Just chanting all the wrong things and just being obnoxious about it. So I actually had to step out after that because I was just done with it. But in the moment, it was awesome. It was so gratifying to see him turn loose like that. Because I know he's been frustrated for a long time about what's been going on. So even if they did work something out or didn't at that point and have now, that was as close to a shoot as we're ever going to get, I think, in AEW. And that was amazing.
And he dropped an F-bomb on live TV.
He did, which, being in the arena, there was no beat button. So, man, he was loud and he was boisterous.
I've seen clips from the crowd of when he drops it and the reaction.
Man, it's almost become desensitized that we hear the S word on Dynamite and Rampage. But man, Mark, you could hear 20,000. Whoa, he did the bad thing on TV. Mm-hmm. It's like, jeez.
Unfortunately, the guys in the truck were on the button.
Yeah, they were, man. They were, because I had to search deep into the tweeters to find the uncensored clip of that without it getting beeped. It took me a minute. But yeah, it was. And looking back now, and then what happened on Friday, seeing Punk freaking gimp himself out there to chase Max down, even when I'm sitting in my seat, I'm going, there's something that we're not knowing here. Because if that had been Punk at full speed, he'd have chased Max all the way into freaking downtown Los Angeles for saying what he said. So the fact that he was forcing himself down that ramp with every little minor step, it was like, not good. And seeing him botch during the match was not good. So I'm not surprised that he's stepping away. We talked about it on, I think, Saturday night about the injuries and everything. Just it's sad. You've got Punk down, you've got Sky possibly hurt, you've got Brian apparently hurt, and now Cody. God, I can't even imagine what Cody's thinking, what Vince is thinking right now with all that, man. I mean, Cody's entire right side was more black and blue than a freaking 13-year-old's first time with somebody else. It's like, poor guy was just covered in bruise. Like, I can't even process the pain internally and mentally having to deal with that fact that derail.
I mean, you figure they gave him as as much painkillers as they could
Had to
for
have.
for him to go in there and wrestle a 20-some minute Hell in a Cell match at that.
Yeah. Damn near 25 minutes. And when you figure that Superman himself went down with a pec injury, the company didn't even blink. Like, dude, you're off. You're done.
Yeah.
Took the title from him, put it on Orton, and he still came back in 3 months because he's freaking John Cena, which can't wait to see him on the 27th, by the way, for his anniversary. I'm glad they're bringing it back. Even if it is a thing where they're breaking glass case of emergency by bringing him back by apparently turning Edge babyface again and turning Balor on him and all that happened Monday night. I'm always happy to see John. I know I'm biased, but whatever. I'm hearing people see that storylines are getting better. It's like they're getting better out of necessity on both sides because the business, it seems like people are just crapping on the business and they're having to reset a lot of things. So getting back to the answer here, just expect to have one of the best times you've had at the wrestling show that you didn't even know how good it was going to be until it was actually over. Because I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really did. I know Greg talked about being there, right around the time Punk first came in. So that was awesome for you.
Yeah. The last Dynamite I went to was like a few days before I found out I had a kidney stone. But but it was fun, but it was draining at the same time because it's a lot. It's a long show because there's dark matches, there's Dynamite, and well, you guys didn't have to deal with a Rampage taping. Like,
no, that's true.
Rampage taping right after Dynamite, so
no, we got pretty lucky in that sense. We were off the air at 7, and we were at the door by 7:30.
Yeah,
of course, LA traffic. I wasn't home till later than that, but it's kind of is what it is. But yeah, I had a great time. Looking back now at that day and then Monday and how, again, I'll get into just a second before we go off the air here, but yeah, my experience is probably different than anybody else's, but I had a great time nonetheless. So I would say be ready for a blast. So the question from Brett in Q&A was, what was the WCW International Championship match at Starrcade 93? I actually knew this before I even confirmed it myself. I did know who it was. I was thinking of the wrong year at first because I thought it was the answer I had in my head was from a different show that Rick Rude wrestled for.
Well, it was Flair and Vader was for the main.
I'm sorry, not Flair. It was Rude. It was Rude. But yeah,
Flair and Vader was for the main one. Was it Rude and Sting? Because I think Rude was the last champion.
Rude was one of the last champions. It was not Sting. Sting, I think. I don't remember who Sting wrestled at Starrcade 93, but it was not Ravishing Rick, actually. I thought it was Chono. And I remembered it was Chono defending the NBA title against Rude in 92. So I had the right Starrcade, the right guy, just the wrong year.
It wasn't Luger because Luger was in WWF at the time.
Yes.
So it was Rick Rude and somebody because I know Rick Rude was. I believe Rick Rude was the last international heavyweight.
Well, keep in mind the championship didn't go defunct until the following June with the unification of the Clash. So there were still some changes in between Starrcade and then, but he was the predominant international champion by far.
Yeah, because he had it 3 times.
Yes, so, and you figure he was booked to be the NWA champion, which is why he got that belt because they kind of went sideways in the NWA as everybody else did back then too. So. It was definitely Ravishing Rick, yes.
I'm trying to think who would have even been at that level babyface-wise in 93 in WCW.
I wouldn't even go that far as to go that path because when I remember the answer, I was like, oh, geez, that's right, for the record.
Was it somebody absurd on the babyface side?
If you're an 80s WWF fan, no.
80s WWF. I don't know why Junkyard Dog was the first name to pop up, but
no, I know JYD was part of the Legends of the Slamboree one year, but I don't think he actually wrestled in WCW beyond the 2 Dudes with Attitudes era that Sting won the world title. I don't think anyway. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
80s WWF babyface who wrestled in WCW in 93 wasn't the Bulldog.
No, Bulldog was the previous May with Vader for the main title. Or February. Sorry. No, it was me. It was Slamboree. Super Bowl was Sting that year. God, my brain's all. Anyway.
I don't think I'm gonna get it because I'm trying to think of like random baby faces. It wasn't Neidhart.
No, not yet. I think Jim was still with WWF kind of, sort of at that point. He was on TV back yet, but he was still with the company, kind of, sort of.
Okay, I thought he
got the gimmick actually.
I need a better hint.
All right. Think about nicknames of other celebrities based on your favorite baseball team. That was kind of an obscure clue, but
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Well, think of it. 80s WWE baby faces. Prominent entertainment celebrities based in the same city as your favorite baseball team.
I don't know if that helped. We're gonna have to go off the air soon. Thank God WCW questions don't come up too much. It's really
right.
That's it. I got nothing.
Ray the Boss Trailer.
I was thinking Boss Man too. I was like, for some reason, like I didn't think. I mean, I knew he was in WCW for a lot of the 90s, but like,
yeah, yep,
because he wrestled Bam Bam at the Rumble that year.
Yeah,
so
I figured he was in. He was. Let's see. He wasn't part of Mania. I don't think. No,
I get what you were saying. Though, like Boss Man and Steinbrenner. So I get it.
Yes. So yes, not only was Rude the third champ, he was the third to last champion because when Sting broke his back, hence that promo I impersonated earlier, Sting and Vader wrestled for the vacant title at Slamboree, and then of course Flair beat Sting in the unification of the Clash. So, there you go. Good question, Brett. Very good question.
More you know.
But yeah, that's why I was like, freaking I had forgotten the Boss Man was there also. They're like, he actually challenged for a world title at Starrcade. What the shit?
Hey, he challenged for a world title at Armageddon in '99. So who knows?
It was against the Big Show. I'm just saying. With all due respect to Paul White, I said what I said. And that wasn't the main event, to be sure.
No, because that was Vincent Hunter.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to end the show so we can all get ready to watch some Dynamite. Thank you for the donations, Brett.
Yes.
Greatly appreciate it.
As a Shane McMahon fan,
yes.
How creepy was it for you to see the picture of Shane's son and the old picture of Vince?
I mean, you can tell Declan's definitely got the McMahon genes in him.
It's like, if I didn't know for a fact that Marissa birthed the kid, I'm like, clone. They cloned him.
It's like Vince will never die. He's going to live through Declan.
He's freaking Palpatine.
It's like, hey, Declan, I know you're going to Indiana. Can you go to a different college in Indiana, like in South Bend? Can you imagine if Shane McMahon's son played for Notre Dame? Like,
my God.
I would lose my mind.
Oh, yeah, you would. You would do whatever it took to get to a game at that point.
I would. I mean, I still want to. Because
you still want to, but yeah, the fact that you could possibly maybe run into Shane McMahon at Notre Dame, let's freaking give Greg his shot now and be done for the night. Enjoy Dynamite, kids. I'm going to enjoy the first few minutes of it while I can. I got to get my happy butt in the shower.
Yep. Right, so we are 1/3 of the way towards the goal. We still got 3 shows. Well, 4 shows left if you count Jack. 4 shows left as far as getting the spectacular goal to happen. So tune in.
Including this. So there.
Including that, yes. Jack of all trades coming back Thursday, June 23rd. Okay. So we got that coming up on June 23rd. An exciting lineup. I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple people, but I think you guys will enjoy the lineup. It's gonna be a fun time. And that is it for us. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week right here on the Greg Cherry Show. Have a good one.